There he is. It's every cast. Nice trout. Oh my gosh. Hey, welcome back. We're at the end of the universe. This is not the typical trip for me. Conditions have to be perfect to come this far out. We're gonna be throwing a jig. We got some birds diving right here. Today, we're swinging for the fences. There's gotta be some trout around us, so we're not gonna be too stubborn. We're gonna switch colors as many times as we need to until we figure out what they're biting on, because they're here. We're on an incoming tide right now. Yeah, so I fished last week in Hopedale. I was finding birds diving on shrimp. The shrimp are definitely moving, but the average size just wasn't that great. So we went in the marsh and found quite a few redfish, beautiful keeper size. I got a feeling it's either gonna be feast or famine. We're either gonna find a pile of them or we're just gonna get whooped. All right, I think we need to go check that rig. We gotta figure this out. All right, we made it to the rig. This will be our furthest point. How could there not be some trout hanging out by this rig? I'm gonna try this one last little wellhead on our way back in towards the shore. There's a bunch of wellheads out here, but this one's got a big flock of birds diving on it. There's something. Feels like a trout. Trout, nice trout. Okay. 16-inch trout, baby. Let's hope it wasn't a fluke. Let's see. There he is. Back-to-back cast. Oh crap. Oh my gosh. It's back-to-back cast on some monsters. 17 and a half. If they're 20 or better, they get to go back. Otherwise, the jar family's gonna be eating good. Man, we went from not finding fish to me questioning lures and all that stuff, and we finally found them. 3/8 ounce death grip jig head, shrimp creole, matrix shad, 20-pound braid for mainline, 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. You might can get away with a 1/4 ounce. Yeah, you gotta be all the way up there by the birds. There's another one. Oh, this might be a catfish. Nope, it's a nice trout. Oh my gosh. Boy, these things are fired up. Look at these big fat trout. That's 3. The first 2 bit pretty much right up by the surface as soon as it hit the water. That one was later in the cast when my lure was down a little bit deeper. I was just retrieving it to make another cast and I got hit. There he is. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna try to sneak us up closer and drop that anchor. Oh my gosh. It's instantaneous. Swing for the fences. Sometimes you hit them. Oh no. One, two, three, four, 5 fish. Let's see if color matters. All right, the boat's probably gonna spin. I'm gonna have to turn the camera around and we'll fish off the back of the boat. See if we can get another one. There he is. It's every cast. This one's even bigger. Oh, this is a hammer. Nice trout. Oh my gosh. That's what, five, six casts in a row. It's the biggest yet. Let's see. 17 and a half. So color doesn't matter. All right, that flock of birds has moved off from the rig. So I'm trying to figure out if those trout are moving with them or if they're still hanging out by the rig. Oh, well, that answers that question. I just got tattooed. Matrix shad will normally last, they can last all day on a death grip jig head, but these trout are hitting it so aggressively, they're tearing it up. There he is. Feels like another good one. Oh, it is. Look at this. Look at this big old monster. So those trout are still in the same spot, even though the birds have moved on. It's right up past the corner of that well. You're almost wasting your time unless you're right on the spot. I wonder if all these wells have trout on them. All right, there we go. There he is. It's that front right corner. As soon as I get back close enough to it and make a cast, it's almost instantaneous. This looks like a nice trout. It is. These are some fat trout. They're all about 17 and a half inches. All right. Come on, we got to get to a limit here before these seas pick up on us. See if we can go back to back cast. Yep. Back to back. Boy, this feels like a really nice one. Or it's foul hooked. Nope. All right, that's got to be a fish right there. That's been the money spot. There he is. Well, I came to the deadgum end of the universe here. And it turns out the end of the universe is full of speckled trout. God, my hands are so slimy. There he is. I think it's safe to say we're putting a beat down on these trout. Got a shrimp hanging out his throat. Oh, look at that. I got a shrimp whisker stuck on my bait. I'm running out of pant space to wipe my dang hands on. Good night. What in the heck? All I'm doing is just throwing it out there, letting it sink just a little bit, giving it a couple hops. There he is. And they're not playing around with it. I mean, when they hit it, they're just smashing it. Look at this. Can you believe that? Some of those batches of Holy Joley have a pink tint to them, but it's deadly. They're eating it up. There he is. Yes, sir. Dang it. Shrimp whiskers coming out of all of these trout's mouth. There's not another boat in sight, by the way. Oh, man, if you even just flinch, you're gonna miss that fish. Only in Louisiana. There he is. One more and I think we have a limit. I need to stop and count after the next one. Oh, this is a nice big fatty. That ought to be a fish. There he is. This feels like a good one, but oh yeah, it is a good trout. They all feel good when you're casting a country mile, but this is actually a nice trout. I think this is number 15. All right, y'all. Y'all give me a second, I'm gonna count these fish and I'll be right back with y'all. It's not every day you can predictably catch a 17, 18 inch trout like this. Like, this is a guaranteed bite right here. As long as I don't miss the strike. There he is. Ooh, big fatty. Look at this sucker. Beautiful. Got him. Oh my gosh. Last cast, last fish. There he is. Insane. Man, what a day. This is why I ran all the way to the end of the universe. The conditions were perfect for coming way out here. I would normally never be able to be out here in this boat. I've actually never been here before. We caught nothing for the first hour, hopping around to these different spots, chasing birds, trying to find the trout. And we finally pulled up on one of these gas wells out here. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 6 gas wells right here in this area. This just happens to be the first one I pulled up to, and they were right up close to that structure. The birds were actually diving on that disc gas well. That's why I picked this one out of the other ones. The lure of the day was a 3/8 ounce jig head with a Holy Joley matrix shad. This one actually has a pink tint to it, so it actually looks more like a shrimp creole. I was actually calling it a shrimp creole earlier. Color doesn't even matter. I had started off with a different color. They tore that one up, so I changed over to this just to see if it mattered. It didn't matter. Hey, it was a great turkey season 2 for those of you that care about that kind of crap, but it's finally over. It feels so good to be back out here fishing. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll catch you on the next one. Boom!